What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. Today, we got to go over Vechain. Vechain has been pumping huge lately, and this was actually suggested by one of the YouTube members, Elias Dream. So, big shout out to Elias. And remember, everyone, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know what you all want me to go over next. But let's get straight to it. So the first thing we're going to be going over is why, or actually how it's been pumping. So right now it's at 26.2% for the last 24 hours for VeChain here. That's actually pretty big, 4.7% for the last hour. You can see the last 7 days, VeChain has been pumping 58.1%, 82% for the last 14 days. And then for the last 30 days, we got a whole 70.4%, bringing us all the way over here to 1.3% down for the year. So we pretty much got back all those losses that we lost inside of the year, or well, pretty much all the gains that we lost over the year. So that was actually pretty good for VeChain, and a lot of people are really, starting to get back into VeChain. There's a lot of people that left, just putting out FUD inside the community pretty much, and they just kind of left VeChain. But we're going to talk about this. So we're also going to do a whole technical on VeChain and where it's going to be going next after this. But there's so many different things going on with VeChain that I couldn't possibly go over them all in one video. So I'll probably end up doing multiple VeChain videos with multiple different things going on because there's just so much going on. But anyways, this is some of the FUD I was talking about. So it says why VeChain may run out of fuel after a 90% rally. We're going to go over this, but first we're going to go over some of the good stuff with VeChain. I can't just start off with the negative stuff. So over here we have this. So VeChain is hiring 100 new technical staff inside of Europe. So new technology center opened in Ireland, headed by ex-CTO Deloti, I don't even know how to say that name, Antonio Senator. And yeah, V Carbon to be replicated in Europe. And also they have over here the new VUSD. They're pretty much doing those with the topics. If you want to watch the whole interview with the VeChain CEO, you can do that. And it was live, but it's not live anymore, obviously. But yeah, you can go ahead and watch that video if you want to. But yeah, they're going to be talking about a bunch of different stuff from the latest VeChain updates, VUSD stablecoin, V Carbon, Draper University, Web3, Ukraine, and crypto, and Biden crypto executive order. They're pretty much talking about everything there. But the big takeaway from this is VUSD. So if you don't know, yeah, VeChain has its own stablecoin, VUSD. So this is pretty big. It's the first stablecoin of VeChain and Thor blockchain, the VeChain Thor blockchain. So this is pretty big. Every VUSD is backed by a fiscal reserve of fiat money, making it redeemable at any time. So this whole 5.2 million VEUSD is backed by $5.2 million cold hard cash. So that's definitely pretty good because a lot of stable coins aren't backed by any cash. They're just digital numbers that has just got printed in the air, backed by no amount of cash whatsoever. But we'll talk about that later. But anyways, you got the whole VUSD out here. That's pretty big, the whole VeChain. So over here, we got the VeChain rich list as well. So all these major wallets holding all this VeChain. It's a lot of money. I mean, look at this, $180 million in that wallet, $101 million in this wallet. There's a lot of money in these VeChain wallets. So there's a lot of VeChain whales stacking up and buying more and more VeChain as VeChain starts to rise and pump. And also the consumer goods forum, yeah, VeChain is now part of that. So over here it says we are happy to welcome 3 new members in March 2022. A big welcome to Intertech Alchemy and Uni Present, and over here VeChain official. So that's pretty big that VeChain is now with the consumer goods forum. Pretty much what they're doing, they're really just bringing consumers around the world together for green and economical reasons. So there's a lot of good stuff that could come out from this. So I'm definitely excited to see what VeChain comes out with next. VeChain's always doing something innovative. But yeah, this is pretty big over here. So over here it says that the Consumer Goods Forum is delighted to announce the following new companies, all that good stuff. And they have pretty much joined the membership community. And over here you can see Intertech Alchemy has been the global leader of training and consulting solutions for processors, manufacturers, packagers, and distributors of all sizes, because we believe that many people make the difference. Our innovative technologies and services help ensure that everyday actions made by our employees, all that good stuff, blah, 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 blah. What we really want to go down here is look at is VeChain, now all this other stuff. So as a leading enterprise-friendly blockchain company, VeChain began in 2015 and aimed to provide enterprises with blockchain solutions suitable for their business needs. So there's a lot of good things that Vechain can do here. Vechain is committed to powering the future-facing green transformation with blockchain. So this whole global consumer thing, like it'll be way better with Vechain with it. So anything Vechain is going to be good with them. So yeah, this is pretty big for us. But yeah, the consumer goods forum, all that good stuff, and now we also have more good stuff coming out for Vechain. So next thing we want to talk about here is Vechain signs an integration deal with XP Network. So that's another pretty big thing. I told you there's a lot of good things going on for Vechain left and right, but for this one, XP Network is one of the few NFT multi-chain bridges available in the DeFi sector. And according to the platform, the partnership will be a milestone in the project's journey towards making NFTs an accessible area for users across blockchains. XP has already signed several blockchain networks for NFT bridging, and this list includes, but is not limited to, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Algorand, and Elrond. Moreover, the bridging network is also in talks to integrate the popular NFT marketplaces available with the intention to not just widen, but also to build a universal gateway for them. So the partnership will help XP Network with real world applications as both projects are driven by the same goal. VeChain's impressive history of partnerships will play a key role in expanding the NFT market and exploring new use cases. The deal would also have a huge impact on VeChain's interoperability with the forerunners of blockchain technology like Ethereum and Polygon. And yeah, VeChain is definitely no stranger to partnerships. We just now checked. They have a bunch of stuff going on, literally. So I could probably go all day with all the new partnerships they just now got, but I'm not going to do that. There's just way too many partnerships to go over with VeChain. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with VeChain, which is one of the reasons why VeChain's pumping. And then not only that, we have all these apps, all these VeChain apps. So all these apps created with VeChain, there's so many different ones: Vikings, V Vikings, or V Kings NFTs, and NFT paper project. I mean, there's just a lot of them. I couldn't even go over all these different projects. Obviously, the VeChain based ones, the VeChain stats, and all that good stuff. But then you got other stuff like the Wall of Fame. You got V Fox. You got V Shotties. You got V Parrots. Literally everything. Vmons or Vimins, right? So there's a lot of different things that we got going on with VeChain. So VeChain is going to be one of those things that just has every single use case that you could possibly think of. If you could think of it, they probably got it. But look, there's a lot of people that think that VeChain is going to be pulling back soon and that this whole rally was artificially pumped. They think VeChain is just going to crash after this. Now, that could be said true about the whole crypto market. I mean, this could all be a bull trap. I don't really think that it is 100% a bull trap because you just don't get these type of gains overnight and then just pull back. Like sometimes it happens like that, but right now I think we're going into altcoin season, and that's why I think VeChain probably has the potential to continue to pump. But obviously over here on this article, they don't think so. So they say why VeChain may run out of fuel after a 90% rally. So let's go over this. They say at the time of the writing, VeChain trades at the 8.3 level, but let's go over this. 2 weeks ago, News BTC reported a potential 40% rally for VeChain based on an analysis from Justin Bennett. The cryptocurrency was on the brink of breaking above a trend line, which signaled potential appreciation. This trend line marked the beginning of a multi-month downtrend, and that's pretty much what happened. Now, over here, they're saying VeChain is yet to complete its full bullish trajectory into the 10-cent levels, and that I agree with. VeChain is about to hit 10 cents. I was looking at my vital algo indicators. If you want the vital algo indicators for TradingView, check out the link in the description. Use the discount code Marsellis for 25% off. Pretty much what they're indicating here on the 4-hour chart is that VeChain is slowly but surely pumping up here to these 10-cent levels. So we're about to see a 10-cent VeChain really soon. Right now it's at 8 cents, about 8.57. But look, this whole green area indicates more demand. When you see it in the green area, this shows that there's more demand. So there's lots of demand here for VeChain, all the way from 6 cents all the way up to 8.71. And then we pretty much get our resistance over here when we hit that 10-cent area, particularly around 10.25. Now you can see all these red areas. The red areas were all less demand areas, showing that we have heavy resistance. So we had heavy resistance in VeChain all the way back here from the 23rd of January all the way up until about a few weeks ago. Really, not even really a few weeks ago. I would say a few days ago, trying to get past these levels. But right now, VeChain is pretty much set to get to 1025. Now, after 1025, that's something we got to talk about here because usually whenever you have these red areas, immediately after you had green areas, that's usually where you get your pullbacks. So VeChain may hit 1025 and pull back, or may get all the way up to like 1170 and then pull back from up there. But we do know 100% sure that VeChain will have a pullback when it reaches these areas. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. But let's just be honest here. When we do get around 10 cents, 11 cents, we're definitely gonna have to see a pullback. There's never a rally like that in crypto where there's not a pullback. So we're gonna see that pullback coming. It's inevitable. It just depends how hard that pullback is going to be and when it decides to pull back. But we should be getting a pullback after we pass 10 cents because that's a huge psychological level. People see that, they start taking profits. So we just gotta be prepared for that. But yeah, let's keep going over what they're talking about here with VeChain. So they said over here, VeChain is the 8%, or not 8%, but the 8 cent point will be critical to determine if VeChain can sustain its current momentum. If these levels hold, VeChain's price could appreciate further and return to its pre-crash levels of 10 cents to 14 cents. So they're pretty much saying if we can hold 8 cents, 10 cents and 14 cents is pretty much inevitable. Now, I will say this. Let's go over here to the 15-minute chart so we can look at this. You can see here on the oscillator that we're literally inside of bullish territory right here. So it's showing completely bullish territory. We just now came off of small selling volume. Now we're starting to have a large influx of buying coming into VeChain. So that's definitely pretty good. You can even see over here the 24-hour market control is in control by the bulls by 100%. So they're pretty much showing that the bulls are in control by 100%. Now this whole green area here shows more demand for VeChain. So this is also a support area. So all the way here from about 8 cents down to about 785, we have so much demand for VeChain. It's going to be hard for VeChain to get below that. And just like they're saying in this article, if VeChain can hold above this 8 cents, which it looks like it's about to do because these indicators indicate that we have so much volume that is going to have to stay above there, then that's how we're going to get to 10 cents. So 10 cents is almost inevitable for it to actually reach 10 cents. So moving on from there, let's just keep going over what they're talking about. So here's the charts that they're looking at here with VeChain, and you can pretty much see all the different levels here. So data from the material indicators suggests potential resistance at VeChain's price current levels. So there are over $2 million in the ask orders above the 8 cent mark, which could operate as resistance. Now, as seen below, the most important level to break is 90 cents, which they pretty much mean 9 cents, not 90 cents, which holds the majority of ask orders. Above the price, there is little resistance. So that's definitely true. 9 cents is definitely going to be easy for VeChain to break. So let's just actually go over here and look at the current for the 1 minute chart. The 1 minute chart pretty much shows very short term charts. So that's why I don't really look at it much. But when you're looking at it from the perspective of it going from 8 cents to 9 cents, like they said, there is little to no resistance there. All we really have to do is get past this area, and then we're definitely going to get back up to 9 cents very quickly. Right now, we're at 854. VeChain wants to get past 868, so then they can get up to 9 cents right now. And also, we got to get past this area, which is like a nothing area. It's really not going to be hard for us to pass this resistance area of 8.6. So that's going to be very easy for VeChain. Now, you do see something different when you look at the short-term 1M chart. You see that the bulls are only in control by 80% instead of 100%. And that's only because we just now had this short little downturn that just pretty much happened just now. But usually, after we get off of these oversold areas, just like how we just now had here, after we get off these oversold areas, you can see here on the oscillator, we usually always bounce back with overbuying. So you can see it time and time again. We were oversold right here back in the 31st of March, which is over here pretty much. And then you can see we go over here on the overbought area and then boom. So I know it says 31st of March, but this is just looking at it's the 30th as I'm doing this, but it's the 31st wherever these charts are pretty much wherever their timing is. They do UTC, and this is Eastern Standard Time that I'm in. But you can see earlier in the day that we were oversold, immediately came to an overbought area. So you can see right here, as we sold off, we immediately came up into a buy area, and then sold off again, and then we're overbought still. And right after the overbought, we came into an oversold. So that can kind of confirm that now we're about to go into a buying area here at VeChain, since we are just now hitting this oversold area. Coming into the day tomorrow, we're going to see some more buying coming in VeChain, which could be the push that pushes us to 9 cents. So that's definitely pretty good. And going back over here to the 15M chart, looking at VeChain, the next area that we're probably going to see is a little bit of selling pressure going into the day. But remember, the 1M chart is so short term. That's going to be going into tomorrow, sometime around there, early tomorrow. We're going to have about 9 cents possibly being reached or nearly being reached, and then we're going to have a pullback here. So we just got to prepare for that. Now, anyways, this is pretty much all I got for VeChain. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but everyone's got a different opinion on where VeChain is possibly going to go. But anyways, over here it says, will VeChain continue to appreciate? Additional data provided by the material indicator suggests retail investors, orange in the chart below, have been buying into VeChain's recent price action. So in the meantime, investors with large orders in green and red in the chart with selling orders between 1,000 to 10,000 began selling. So they're saying the bigger whale wallets in there, pretty much the bigger wallets, are selling VeChain as the retail wallets or the retail wallets are pretty much buying VeChain. So that's definitely crazy to look at. The whales are selling, the retails are buying, but that's usually how it is because the whales can see what's about to happen. They know that the second that we hit about 10 cents, we're probably going to do a pullback and we're almost there. So they're expecting the pullback and they're probably going to be the ones to cause the pullback. Let's be honest. But yeah, a pullback is expected to happen. So definitely get prepared for that. But like I said, we're coming off of an oversold area here, and that's what's going to end up pushing us to the upside. You can see here, even on the 4-hour chart, we're coming up on this oversold area, which is what's going to push us to do this uptrend here up to 10 cents. So definitely prepare for that. It's going to be coming. Don't know how soon, but it's going to be coming soon. But anyways, hit that like button, subscribe. It really helps the YouTube channel out immensely for the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you all want me to go over next. Big shout out to Elias Drain for telling me to go over VeChain. If you want to become a member of the channel, definitely go ahead and do that. And I'll go over any crypto that the members want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video. Peace.